And the Marketing Man Moskal here, and we're talking about selling, be it online, over the phone, you name it. We're specifically talking about price in this service. So here's the real key. If you're worried about whether or not they, your customer, your clients, whomever can afford it, you're shooting yourself in the foot. If you're worried about if they can afford it, that says so much more about you than it says about your customer or clients. People are really weird when it comes to money. There is so much money in this world. You know, the rappers talking about making it rain money when they go out to the strip clubs. Dude, there's tons of money. You know, if you're a fan of the TV show The Office, you remember Michael Scott, Steve Carell was getting birthday money from his grandmother every single month. And this is what financed Toby, his arch nemesis, going away party. You know, it's shoe money. There is tons of hidden money in the market. That's the point. And the other point we really want to hit, perceived value. So here's the key. Whatever you're selling, we had a client worked with mental health as an example. If you have higher prices, you're going to be perceived as a much better quality product or service. You know, we're going to talk, just mention here about mental health, but it applies to everything. Because here's the fact. If I was looking for some help with my mental health, I'm not searching for Walmart mental health. You know, I want somebody that's got much higher prices. I'm going to assume they are the expert. They are who everybody else wants to give their money to, and they are in demand. And there's probably a good reason for that. You know, you don't want to be the Walmart of whatever it is you're selling. Walmart's, you know, the bottom basement prices. That's not where you want to be, because you're as replaceable as, you know, the next Walmart, or construction will put you out of business. I mean, there's nothing unique about you other than low prices. You don't want people coming to you because of your low prices. That's not a position of power. That's not a position of strength. And here's really the truth. There's people in our country, not to mention the world, our global economy, they spend hundreds of dollars for a bottle of olive oil. Olive oil. Hundreds of dollars for olive oil. Dude, there's so much quote unquote dumb money in the world that whatever it is you're selling, I mean, please, I really encourage you to go for higher prices. You know, don't be a fool about things. Don't just say, you know, I've got the best Three Musketeers bar, that therefore it costs you $12 to buy my Three Musketeers bar. You know, you have to have better products, better prices, better expertise. But when you have higher prices, and when you can say, yes, I have higher prices, and it is for these reasons, and those reasons are big benefits that is really important to your customers. So for example, with mine, one of the things when I speak with clients, the few clients that I will accept, dude, I am unlike these other guys because, one, I don't want you to depend on me. I want to teach you and show you how to do this stuff. Most consultants breed dependency. Every single time you want to do something, you better be giving me your money. That's not what I want to do. If nothing else, I'll even oversee your efforts to outsource it just to keep you on this right track. But everything I learned, dude, you can learn. It's not like rocket science here. And this is why you see lots of different levels of service. You know, from everybody. Investors Business Daily has 3 different subscription prices, different price points, different barriers of entry. And here's one of the ways I use that. Look, you can't afford to pay me, right, for consulting, you know. Oh, nobody can afford that. Well, then here, you can buy my book. That's affordable to everybody. Here, you can buy this. You know, you can buy this. Have different price points. You know, the higher the price, the more they get access to you and your better levels of service, the less they have to do, the more headache-free it is. And this isn't to say that people should have headaches or anything, but the point is just give people what they want, but give it to them, you know, at different price points. And if you want real specific help, you know, from me one-on-one, yeah, it's going to charge you a lot of money, and it's because of these reasons. That's why I will always be the highest priced market product commodity on the, you know, available, because it's worth it. It's worth it. It's unlike these other guys, and that's like the most important thing to you. So please, listen here. If you're worrying about whether or not they can afford it, you're just, that is so detrimental to any sales, any product, any business. And let me just sum this all up here, because this is what it really comes down to. If you're chasing sales, if you're chasing customers, those ones you want desperately, those ones that'll help you pay your bills, you're negotiating and you're in a position of weakness. But if you instead are the one that's being sought out and sought after, and people, from all walks of life want to pay you, want your help, whether or not they can afford it or not, you're in a position of strength. And let me finish this. I've got to share this story with you. So there was, I heard a preacher talking here recently. I grew up the son of a preacher, man. And this guy was talking about a woman that walked into the pastor's office to say, she didn't believe in this religion stuff anymore. She didn't believe in Christianity. And the smart pastor said, well, go ahead and go. Go burn your Bible while you're at it. And you know what happened? That woman stayed a member for probably the longest time. She definitely was there week in, week out. That solved her problem. Well, go ahead and go, because we don't need you. And it's not like arrogance. It's just, if you really don't believe or this is too high of a price, go ahead and go. But the fact is, if you have too high of a price for whatever it is, consulting, you name it, if you also have books, if you also have YouTube videos, if you also have some lower price levels of services, those folks that can't afford to buy your high prices are going to be going to you for your expertise for all the other low levels until they can get to the high levels. And part of that too is building a relationship, building trust, and it's also escalating people through your processes, through your funnels. Please be smart about this stuff. It has nothing to do with whether or not they can afford it. That is the last thing you need to worry about. Please. This is Dan, the Marketing Man Moskal here, and we've been working from home online full-time for just under a decade, all while the talking heads on TV and the politicians have been banging a drum about our great recession, unemployment, and scarcity, lack, and need. We've written 7 books now, including The Magical Message of Success, available at Amazon, iTunes, BarnesandNoble.com, on the Kindle, and an audio book. We even appeared on national TV, and we're on ESPN with LeBron James, even though we weren't playing basketball together. We're also on MTV, VH1, A&E, and many more. We're going to include a link in the description below to visit our website, danmoskaluniversity.com, for some more tips. We've also got a free report we're giving away. Just visit and sign up. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to join our congregation and check out the next service. Please like this video and please have a fantastic afternoon. Looking forward to talking with you soon.